Now you can hear American music again, along with the Blasters' third album, Nonfiction. They're both reissued and released on CD for the first time by the fine folks at Liberation Hall. Here is Blasters bassman John Bazz to tell us about those two albums and the one that came between them.
We got country swing and rockabilly too. We got jazz, country, western, and Chicago blues. It's the greatest music that you ever knew.
Well, Liberation Hall has got the masters for all the Blaster recordings, and they're slowly releasing everything. They did a big box set, which was fairly comprehensive, and now they're going through each release one by one and reissuing these separately. There's nothing, there are no extra cuts as far as I know on either of these releases, but they're in a format that was never available back when we originally recorded. Everything was record and tape, not
that's
CD.
True. Yep. Very cool. And so I'm curious, when you made these, especially these early records, did you feel you were doing something different, that you're out of step with everything, or was there a scene that you were a part of?
We were part of the. There was a burgeoning scene in LA. It was nationwide, actually. It was the punk, new wave music of the late 70s. Music really became vibrant again, and we were a part of that. And this is the music we've always played, so we didn't feel like we were doing anything different, but we were maybe on the outskirts of the genre, and not pioneered, but we addressed a specific area of music that was we were specialized in playing.
Right. I'm just looking at my copy of this album, and I see you've signed it on the back here. So thank you for that. So I definitely
look at that.
The whole band.
Well, good for you.
So thank you very much for that. I hate, and I never sell them, so it won't be up on eBay or.
Yeah, I can see behind you. You've got a.
If I was going to sell them, it would have been when I moved to New Zealand, and that was 30 years ago. But they came with me. Anyway,
wow.
Yeah. So what were the circumstances involved in making this record that I'm waving around here so much, specifically? Because you guys produced yourselves, it looks like. And
yes, we did. We did have some help though making the record. It was I'm going back to the. We had all our buddies in the studio with us when we made the record. It was
what buddies were that?
It was Slash Records.
Yeah,
they were primarily a punk rock magazine, and then later a label, and I can't remember their artist roster, but they didn't have many artists. X was their biggest artist on the label at the time, and we were good friends with X, and I think I do know X had a lot to do with us being signed by Slash Records.
Oh, nice.
So that was, but it was a little out of. They didn't really know what to do with us because we weren't punk, but we were energetic new wave and vibrant and contemporary.
Yep.
And they took a chance with us, and that was a big break for us, going from Rolling Rock to Slash Records.
Right. The cowpunk was the term that was used back then, wasn't it?
Yeah, it was. We weren't really cowpunk, but there were plenty of cowpunk bands out there. Some great ones, Lone Justice and a few others. Yeah.
There's a lot happening. Yeah. So what was the reaction, the label's reaction, fans' reaction when they first heard the album?
Well, you loved it or you didn't love it. And some people, I still get people coming up to me talking about, hearing the Blasters for the first time and what their favorite songs are. And it was, in the late we started in late 79 and then recorded with Rolling Rock that summer, released it in 1980. Our follow-up record was on Slash Records in 81, 82. And that was a vibrant time for music, and groups like ours, and the reception was bigger and better than we could have imagined. And this record really
Yep.
launched our career, I think.
Whose idea was the
So,
cover?
the label.
Really?
It was probably, uh, Bob Biggs, who ran Slash Records, and maybe Hudson Marquez, an artist friend of his. And these guys would, we'd be out in the studio making music, and they'd be in the control room,
Right.
coming up with ideas for album covers and tours and song titles, and whatever you do.
Is that Phil's face?
That is Phil's face.
All right.
So the story behind the cover was, when they came up with the concept and they said they wanted to have Phil's face drawn by an artist, they needed to give the artist a photo of Phil
Yep.
singing.
Yep.
So we actually performed a show in a rehearsal studio with photographers just in front of Phil, click, 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 click,
Yeah.
until they got the expression that they could have taken one picture and that would have been the result. But
And of course, it's back when you actually had to shoot on film rather than you had like digital boom, boom, boom. You could
Yeah,
do.
there was digital nothing back then. Yeah, so we played a show just so a photographer could shoot Phil's face, so
Right.
that they could make this album cover.
Right. So I'm looking at the track listing for the album. I think I just in my mind, and I haven't listened to it in a while. Every song I can sing along with in my head. Do you have a favorite track on the first album?
Oh golly, I don't know. They're all great.
Yes, that is a
Right
fact.
down here, Marie, of course, American Music.
And we have a radio
Let me
show
see
here
if there are
called.
any that stand
We have a
out.
radio show in Auckland called Border Radio.
Well, that's a great song.
Yeah.
I love that song. That's a love song that David wrote. That's a great one. I had some friends contact me to come record Border Radio in a studio, and I'm thinking Border Radio.
Yep.
And but David rearranged that song, and he slowed it down when he re-recorded it, and it went from a rock and roll song to just a beautiful, slower, more delicate version in his rendition. And but I get to the studio and I don't know David's version of Border Radio, the new version. And
Right.
we actually had to pull the record out, play it, and I took notes and
Learn it on the spot, huh?
I had to relearn my stuff.
Yeah.
Oh, I have a dog
Oh, okay.
and someone at the door.
Oh, do you want to get it?
That's okay. No, we'll let him go.
All right, no problem. All right. Oh, there's a dog on the back of nonfiction.
There you go.
There's a wolf.
And how about
An
the
angry.
cover? Oh yeah.
Yes. So by this time, Slash is being distributed by Warner Brothers. Did that make a
Yes.
difference to you guys? Positive, negative?
It was a really good move on everyone's part, because when Warner's showed interest, we were we were Splash recording artists, and so
Yep.
we brought Splash along with us when we signed with Warner Brothers, and which was good for the Blasters and good for Slash Records.
Yep.
And good for Warner Brothers. It was a very good deal for all three entities.
And was the band the same band? I mean, it's pretty much the same lineup, but did you guys change at all, having made the first, the previous album to this one?
No, we did add. Well, if you're starting with Rolling Rock, it was just four guys, and
Right.
then we eventually added Gene Taylor on piano, Steve Berlin saxophone, baritone, and then Lee Allen on tenor sax.
Yeah.
And then some of the recordings we would bring in other musicians, guest musicians, to play specific instruments.
Right.
But the core band remained the same.
Right.
Until Dave Alvin left.
Right. And so what happened there? So you got two brothers. There's always a dynamic. I mean, rock and roll is littered with sibling rivalries. Was there much of that in the band?
I don't think there was much rivalry going on. They both led the band. David being the songwriter and Phil being the singer. But uh, I think David needed to spread his wings and move in a different direction than the away from the Blasters. He needed to, that his version of Border Radio he could not have done in the Blasters.
Gotcha.
He had to have other musicians, and he needed to be away from Phil, get some space between him and Phil to create the way he ended up in later in his career. But it had a good run.
Yeah.
And when we got to the fork in the road, David took a left and we took a right.
Or as Yogi Berra would say, if you come to the fork in the road, take it.
Yes. Yeah.
Anyway, so you're still part of the Blasters, I believe. Is that correct? There's still a version of the band?
I'm still a Blaster. We do not perform any longer. So this is this collaboration with Liberation Hall is really important for me and the rest of the Blasters, because this is what we do now.
Right. And
this is our legacy.
All right. So this is part of an ongoing process that we'll see more reissues and archival things?
I don't know if they. Yes, I think so.
Oh,
I know
okay.
so. But I'm not allowed.
That sounds tempting.
I can't say what's next, but yes, it's ongoing.
Nice. And so what do you feel? How do you, for folks who say are in their 20s and have never heard of the Blasters, how would you describe their legacy, what they sounded like, how important they were to overall? Why should they pay attention to them now here in 2025?
I think because of the songwriting is so good, the songs and the songwriting, the performances. Phil's a masterful singer, and many of the songs we performed are timeless. I would tell people, we were in describing the band, I would say we're a cross between Chuck Berry and the Clash. It's not accurate, but still,
it'll get you in there.
The music's timeless and it's energetic and it's fun.
Yeah. And do you follow much rock and roll these days? Anything new, exciting, interesting? No.
No, I've been spoiled by Apple Music and Siri, and I'll let the algorithm lead me around my song choices. But I play a part. I'll play music, and then if I like something, then if the algorithm does its job right, it'll send me it'll lead me in directions that I wasn't expecting. So and then if I like what it selected for me, I'll keep liking it. And
that's how the system works these days.
That's how the system works. And I love a lot of the music that I'm hearing for the first time. And it's not new music, and it's music that maybe escaped me. So
yeah,
so that's where I hang out. I don't I'll maybe go see a band I live in Long Beach. It's part of LA.
Yeah.
And touring bands come through here. So yeah. I'll go see something if it's interesting.
Well, it's interesting. I'm finding these days I'm talking about a lot of the Paisley Underground bands as well, Dream Syndicate and also Lone Justice. I mean, there's a renewed interest, it seems, in all of the stuff that was happening in LA in and around the early to mid 80s. Have you noticed that?
Yeah, no, I haven't, because I'm just not part of that scene. But
right.
And for me, it never went away.
Right.
It's always been interesting.
Yeah. All right. And is there a chance of another Blasters album ever coming out?
I don't know.
I'll take that as a positive.
I wouldn't count on it, but I wouldn't say no either.
Okay. All right.
It could happen.
If you enjoyed this episode of the 13th Floor's Music Talk series, please be sure to subscribe to the website or to the YouTube channel. Follow us on Facebook or Instagram and wherever you find your podcasts. There's a whole lot more to discover.